think it's time for our new vehicle. Oh wait. Hello! What's going on, everyone? As you can see right behind us, this is the new project. So this is a 2014 Dodge Promaster 2500, and there's a lot of goodies that's in this van, and that's the reason why we bought it. So let's go around the exterior first, and then I'll bring you guys inside. 2014 Dodge Promaster, it's the 159-inch wheelbase. It already comes with some BF Goodrich all-terrain tires. If you look on the outside, it's pretty tired. All the trim pieces are all faded out. There's some damage on this mirror. If you come over here on the front headlight, this one has some moisture buildup, and apparently that's a known issue with how the water channels down from the rain, and apparently it gets inside of here. I'm gonna bring this to my buddy's detail shop here over in Plano, Texas, and he's just gonna go through a whole detail on this, and then we're gonna refresh what we can on the exterior before we do some vinyl wrapping. And the reason why I'm saying vinyl wrapping is because we come to the back, it doesn't look too good. The previous owner, before the last person we got it from, they had a wrap on this vehicle. Usually when you see paint like this, it usually means it got repainted. Or the Dodge vans, their clear coat is not the greatest. So that could be it too. But nonetheless, this has to go. So this is gonna be another project for another day where we're basically gonna sand down everything we can and prep this for a vinyl wrap. But someone in the comments below can correct me about how the paint is on these things. If you look around the rest of the vehicle, the other reason why we bought this too is because it already has windows installed. So I basically been looking on the internet at least a year straight. And I've been looking at vans in general about this whole van life thing, probably for the past 5 years. But honestly, for this past year, it has been the most difficult thing I've ever done trying to find a vehicle. If you know me or anything about my past, I flip cars for fun. I probably own over 20 vehicles and 10 motorcycles by now in my lifetime in the past, well, I'm getting old, 15 years. So this is probably like my 23rd or 24th vehicle right now. And by far, finding a van at a good price has been the most difficult thing I've ever done. So we'll go back on this side. You see another window. Again, each window is a couple $100, so all in all, it has saved us in money and labor. Now, the real reason why we bought this van, other than everything you see on the outside, which really is just a bonus, is because of what's on the inside. We got a dog. Just kidding. So this is my dog, Charles. He's about to turn 3 in about a week. He's gonna join on a lot of adventures with us. But as you can see right behind us, the van's actually been converted into a camper van already. So we're actually saving probably at least $2,000 to $3,000 worth just because all the utilities and everything is already all set. Now, if you come in closer, just like most of the things I buy, this is a 10-footer. Because if you look very closely, it's not the greatest. The craftsmanship on this van, maybe it was good when it was first built, but I believe this build is about 3 to 4 years old and everything's already falling apart. The tongue and groove they use for the ceilings is like the thinnest one you can buy. It's probably also the cheapest, but it's already all dried out. If I wanted to, I can probably snap this off. And just looking at all the bits and everything, it's either lacking insulation or has no insulation at all. So what we're basically gonna do is just tear everything out and keep all the guts. But let's show you all the guts that it has. So looking over here, as you can see, the seats are already swiveled this way. That's because they have swivel seats already installed. That saves us like $200 a piece, so like a $400 savings there. Look down here, there's a little vent. That's called a diesel heater. So that's very good to have a heater because being in a van, especially in a cold climate, you need something to heat you up without leaving the engine running. With this being a camper van, tiny home, it means that everything's all in one. It's essentially a studio apartment, but just a studio van. So that being said, moving to the kitchen, we already have an induction stove and we also have a sink. And the cool part is, and let's move Charles. Charlie, move over here. Good boy. And we opened up this cabinet. It already comes with a Dometic fridge. This itself is already a couple $100. This is maybe $100 or two. A sink, you know, you can get it cheap off Amazon for under $100. But again, overall, the utilities alone, just in this section right here, it's already about $500 to $600. And then when we move over here, we got the water system. So this is a 5-gallon fresh water over here, and I believe a 2-gallon gray water connected to it. There's a filter and pump all tied in here. And usually when people do these builds, they have all the water, filtration, everything in the back, and also with their electrical. But the people who built this van, they decided to have as much garage space as possible and have all the utilities in here. But that being said, if we move this out of the way, we have a Dometic toilet in here, which they say is brand new, they never used. This is gonna be my first time opening it. Yeah, okay, looks clean. There's a Kleenex in here, but this looks like this has been used. So maybe it's been used, I don't know. At least it's cleaned out. But over here, underneath this storage, we have all the electrical. So we have the inverter, fuse box here, kill switch here, and all the batteries. So all the electrical utilities are right here. If you move right over here, just turn on the power. You can see all of a sudden there's lights. So we have a dimmer switch right over here. So that's good. And then we also have a voltage meter and everything here to know how much battery we have left to use and when to use it. So this van, or this build setup, it doesn't have solar. So currently how the batteries are hooked up to charge is that there's a trickle charger connected directly from the motor that goes into here. So if the van is on, that means it's charging the batteries. Looking up, we have a max air fan, but there's only one fan in there. My plan is to leave one fan there, probably add one more fan back here, and then we're gonna add an AC unit right here. Now the reason why I want the AC unit is, if you couldn't tell in the background this whole time, we had two other pups here. So this is Meep Meep, and that's Winston. And also since we have Charles down here, we have 3 dogs plus 2 humans. That's gonna be a very hot van, especially if we go on hikes and bike rides and everything when we can't have dogs with us, or we just wanna leave them in the vehicle. We wanna make sure that they're as cool as possible. So our plan is to add a AC unit either on the roof or underneath the van, but nonetheless, there's gonna be an AC unit. But now, since we're in the bedroom, as you can see, this is a raised bedroom, but our plan is to actually raise it a little bit higher so then we can fit some bikes underneath. This size, I believe, is a full-size bed. I'll share the plans of exactly how we're gonna do it, but how you kind of see the van is essentially a rough idea how it's gonna look. We're basically gonna tear everything out, rebuild it, and actually do some more wood cabinetry and take out all this metal stuff because it rattles a lot when you drive. But overall, as you can just see in the entire build itself, this is why I wanted to buy this van, because again, it has all the utilities needed. There's probably some stuff here and there we have to replace, but honestly, I say 90% of the parts we can keep and reuse. And I forgot on this side, we actually took out the headliner. If you look over there, and we're basically just gonna get the whole thing refelted to black and make it look all this area all nice and clean up. We also have a carbon monoxide monitor right there. Came with a broom, a ukulele, some chairs. So we'll go through back here and we're greeted with the pups again. All right, so moving into the garage space, we have a sliding rack already in place, which is something similar I want to do for the mountain bikes, but honestly, I may just reuse this. But we have a sliding rack right there, and then these 2 boxes, these are to cover up the wheel wells. I am not sure if there's anything behind here, but from the looks of it, they're just covering up what they can. And if people are curious about what's going on in the FJ, it actually might be going up for sale. The next video is gonna be me bringing this van to my buddy's detail shop. He's gonna clean everything out from the exterior. We're not gonna touch the interior. And we're gonna basically refinish all the trim pieces and restore it back to black. And then we're gonna try to fix the headlight situation with the condensation. The video after that, we will probably start ripping apart this thing, but we're gonna go on a trip first. So there's a lot to do. Okay, we're ending this video here. Thank you guys all for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.